Last night on MasterChef Australia.
Any one of us can be on the firing line.
Our first elimination.
Literally like you're stabbing someone in the heart.
Melissa, unfortunately, you will not be Australia's first MasterChef.
Tonight, our first Masterclass.
Today is about the ultimate cooking class.
It's time for our amateurs to learn from the professionals.
One of life's little pleasures.
As Gary and George show what it takes to become a master chef.
Mine was better.
At stake for the winner, a chance to work alongside Australia's culinary elite, a book deal, and $100,000 to make their dreams a reality.
A new day today. We know we're going to MasterChef Kitchen to do a masterclass. We're all there to learn. It's what we'd all been waiting for, and yeah, pumped up about it.
I was really excited that we had a masterclass. It was fantastic because we had all this pressure on us to deliver all these meals by ourselves in our way. And for the first time, we saw the chefs on the other side of the bench teaching us the basics.
There was an elimination last night, we understand. And I can't see Melissa. Is she gone?
Melissa, I'm really sorry, but you will not go on to see yourself as the first MasterChef.
I believe that we all learn from the experiences we gain in life, and this has certainly been an experience that I've learned a lot from.
Why? You felt that she let the team down, in a sense?
The weakest link?
Pardon?
The weakest link?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's the words I used yesterday. She was the weakest link in the team.
Those that you were on the blue team, you can see you look exhausted. It was obviously tough decision.
It's a horrible day.
Oh, well, today's a better day. This is all about the ultimate cooking class.
Guys, this is a masterclass, and we're here so you guys can refine your skills, learn a little bit more, hopefully build from that and take it to your next challenge.
Amazingly, when we were on tour, that was a long time ago. Remember the auditions? Remember that thing? The lining up, the little carrier bags full of food. We saw a hell of a lot, an enormous amount of one particular dish. Can anybody tell me what it was? Mashed potatoes. Lamb chops, lamb and mash. Lamb rump, lamb chops, lamb cutlets. Not sure if we did any lamb fillets, and mashed potato. And those varied from, you know, completely acceptable and very good home-cooked meals to utterly boring and disastrous.
That's great. Come here. Give me a hug, because that is fantastic. Classic flavours, great combination, that's good.
But can I say, the three that did cook lamb, it was exceptional. Joshua, come on, mate, come up. Rack of lamb. We're going to cook that quite simply, hot roasted. And Gary's going to show us something that's really lovely and it's very close to my heart, and that is the sexiest pomme puree, or as we call it in Australia, mashed potato. All right?
There's two of those babies, and they run down... Turn around. They run down the back, right? So there's a backbone, that's it. Take a little bit of that fat off. The next stage is to remove a little bit of this connective tissue and chain, what we call a chain. And again, we keep that. okay? And then see how I've gone round like that? So you start off on the front and work your way round methodically.
Beautiful. Just to finish up with the lamb, we don't want the bones to burn, yeah? They're presentation and they're quite beautiful, so we just make a little cover and we cover them up. A little bit of olive oil, salt, and we start at fat side down, yeah? Okay? Okay, and we'll get that nice and golden brown. Right, Josh, you want to pop it in?
Okay, so mashed potato. And Julie, you did mashed potato. So you come up here and you can give us a hand. Now, we've baked these on a bed of salt, all right? And the reason we've done that is because it pulls the moisture away from the potato. If you bake that straight on a tray, you end up with this little sort of hard, wet spot where the moisture's trying to go somewhere and doesn't go anywhere. The most important thing here is that the potato is hot and stays hot through the whole process. The moment it cools down, you're going to end up with gluggy mashed potato, right? This is what we do, okay? So you have to pay attention.
Yep.
I'm using this only because it's easy, but this is a drum sieve. Sieve, drum, because it looks like one, all right? So what you're doing is you're putting your weight through your shoulder and you're pushing that through so you get a very fine riced or sieved potato, and that's crucial. And you've got to work fast. See all that steam coming off? You've got to work fast when you do that. Milk, and you need to add a bit of heat to that. All right, so that comes up to the boil. And we're only going to use butter and milk, no cream, okay? This is the fat's coming from the butter, the flavour's coming from the butter, and we use a good unsalted butter.
Gary, I'm about to pop that in the oven. So we've got beautiful caramelisation there, yeah? See the beautiful colour, and that's just going to... And then we're going to continue caramelising that in the oven, that side down. 6 minutes, and we'll turn them for another 6. So the oven's at 190 degrees, guys. We'll rest it for half the amount of time we cook it for, OK? So if you cook something for 12 minutes, rest for half the amount of time, which is 6 minutes. Carve out.
Coming up, we put lamb to the test, a French classic, and the world's easiest chocolate mousse.
Mashed potato, or rice sieved potato, and then we're going to put the milk around the outside. Right, you're going to grab that whisk. Just put a little bit of salt in there. And then we're going to take a little bit of butter.
Just a couple. A little bit? Oh, my God.
What I want you to do is I want you to use the base of the whisk just to stamp down on the butter, right?
Okay.
Come on, be a bit...
Bit aggressive?
Yeah, because what I don't want to do... Well, they're not that aggressive. What I don't want to do is I don't want to, you know, start beating this before I've got an amount of, you know, of the milk and butter in there, right? That's it. And then pop it back on the heat and then start whisking. Question from Poe?
That was 2 potatoes?
3.
3 potatoes.
Come on. 3 potatoes.
3 potatoes, and how much butter have you put in so far?
Well, so far there's about 300 grams.
Okay.
And then we're going to add a little bit more, because I'm not sure there's enough in there.
Lamb's out of the oven. We're resting it, yeah?
George, sorry, Chef, do you always rest your meat under foil?
Yeah, you should rest it in a warm environment, yeah? It shouldn't be in a cold environment, OK? Resting it doesn't mean that you... Resting it is basically there so you're not losing any of its moisture. I'm going to make a quick sauce. All this beautiful little flavour in the bottom of the pan. And, you know, great restaurants, all those pan juices, they never go into the pot wash. They get used, OK? So a little bit of garlic, and simple. Don't need to complicate it with lots of different vegetables, blah, blah, blah. Rosemary, that goes in. A little bit of thyme. I've got a little bit of white wine here. So we just deglaze that, lifting up all those beautiful little sediments, OK? A little bit of veal stock, that splashes in there, and we'll just reduce that down really gently. we make all of our stocks out of chicken bones at the restaurant, and the chicken wings, because think of it, we love eating chicken wings. They've got the most flavour in it. And if we make a brown stock, we brown the bones. If we're making a white stock, we don't brown the bones.
Can you use a red wine? And what white wine is best for lamb?
Don't get too confused with... White wine's fantastic because it's light. Red wine, when you reduce it a lot, it goes into this sort of Vegemite state. It tastes like Vegemite. So I've carved the lamb. Nice and rosé, OK? We'll put that one somewhere else.
Ooh, George. Look at that lovely little dollop of mash.
And then we've got just these green beans we've just tossed through olive oil. Nice and simple. And then some of that pan juice.
Moderation, of course.
OK.
Oh. Mate.
Trevor, come on down. Yeah, you cooked lamb.
I did.
Yeah, it was delicious, wasn't it? It was like cacciatore.
Lamb cacciatore, yeah.
A little bit more
George
juice
is making
for you.
sure that it's got a bit of fat on it for you. Got a bit of that, like, oh yeah. You see, I knew you'd go for that bit. It's the best bit, isn't it?
It is. It certainly is the best bit.
Yeah.
Does that make you happy, Trevor?
Mine was better. No, it's delicious. It's very nice. Beautiful. Absolutely fantastic.
Yours was... Your lamb, can I tell you, you cooked that rack of lamb, I remember on the audition, absolutely spot on. So my top tips for mash, well, bake. If you're gonna, let's be honest, if you're gonna be extravagant, bake the potatoes on rock salt. Really, really important, okay? Because it's gonna help draw the moisture away from the spud. What you want when you crack that thing open is a nice, steamy, fluffy potato flesh, okay? The next tip, you gotta keep those potatoes hot. The moment they get off hot, they become cool, they're gonna be gluggy. So you need to sieve them or rice them as quick as you can. A little bit of milk that's already up to the boil into your pot and start whisking in ice cold butter straight away, okay? Little splash of milk. And you end up with perfect mash every time.
Lamb, as we saw, lamb rack. Yeah, a lot of you guys cooked it in the audition tour. French the bones, make sure they're nice and clean. Pop some foil over the bones so they don't burn. Presentation's important. Caramelise the fat. Those of you that did taste this one, the first thing you mentioned was the crispiness, the crunchiness of that lamb fat. Caramelisation in the oven. Don't overcook it.
And one of life's little pleasures, mashed potato and gravy. A little chef's treat, mashed potato. Come on then.
Come on.
After the break, Kate's kitchen commitment put to the test.
You don't want to eat raw egg?
Not a huge fan of raw egg.
Yeah, but do it.
So this is your big chance, yeah? This is for you guys to take something away and hopefully build on it and use this, yeah? Because you're going to need all these little skills, these little tips, yeah? Absorb them. The simple things, yeah, are really important. So grasp those and hopefully use them to go forward, okay?
So let's flash back, first of all, to the top 50. Can you remember that? I'm sure it's well and truly cemented in your minds. You had a mystery box. You had 45 minutes to think of what to do with those ingredients and then get on and cook something that obviously was supposed to impress us. It was a tough challenge, wasn't it? I'm sure it's still very fresh.
Oh.
Brings back memories, doesn't it?
Huh? So let's not forget chocolate, flat leaf parsley, a pork chop, lemon, eggs, bread, caster sugar, apple, tomato, and of course, cabbage.
How many people cooked pork chop? Wow. So that's about, what, 14? So, yeah, about 14 of you cooked pork chop. OK. Kate, you did eggy bread, didn't you? And I thought that was quite brave, because I think basically you used that, didn't you? Did you put chocolate in it?
Yeah, there's chocolate in the bread.
apples, you know, French toast caramelised apples. Look, you've missed the mark. It's sweet.
So tell me, Gary, what would have you cooked?
I think I would have gone with the egg bread, the pan perdue, the French toast. You know,
delicious.
Use those ingredients, the lemon.
Yep. And everything else?
The apple.
The apple? Caramelise that off? Or...
Yep, and the chocolate, just leave it alone. Just leave everything else alone and just make an absolutely beautiful French toast. And I think you just got to be creative about how you approach that ingredient. You know, do you cut it in half? Do you know? And often the creativity or just the look of a dish changes by the way you cut something. So that could make a difference, and I think that's what I would have done.
Because you eat with your eyes, yeah?
Yeah, and just the way you present it, make it stand out from everybody else.
I know it's not part of the mystery box, but I love chocolate. I'm a chocolate freak. And I've got a really delicious olive oil chocolate mousse that I make. And it's fantastic because there's no eggs, no flour, especially this day and age when people are gluten-free. And it's an absolute cracker recipe.
So that's what we're going to make for the moment. We're going to do eggy bread with your chocolate mousse recipe.
Beautiful.
All right.
Alrighty. So olive oil chocolate mousse.
Chocolate mousse.
Yep.
So you've got a double boiler here, which is a little pan of boiling water with a bowl on.
Yep,
Essential when you're doing chocolate. You can use a microwave, don't forget.
You can.
No, it's good. Somebody shook their head. Oh, no, you can't do that. No, it's really good. No, very, very good.
So we've got 300 grams of chocolate here into our double boiler, and we're just going to melt that down. That's
so you've
exactly
got
right.
cream?
500 grams of cream. OK, so that goes in. And we need to whip this up.
Oh, I'm not whipping it. Who did the eggy bread? Kate, come on, up you come. So soft peaks is when you lift the whisk up and you get that very soft folding, you know, sort of trail of cream.
We'll be here all day.
Alternatively. Yeah, off you go. Now, soft peak, don't over-whip it, because this recipe, you can't over-whip the cream, right?
No, not at all.
It's all to do with the temperature of the chocolate.
That's right.
And how soft the cream is, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it will just turn into butter, and then it will just separate as soon as you add your chocolate. And really, 3 simple ingredients, yeah? Olive oil, good chocolate, cream. That's it, yeah? No eggs, no flour, really simple, OK?
Speed it up.
Does the cream have to be room temperature?
No.
No?
No, you can't whip cream at room temperature. It needs to come out of the fridge.
So that's what we're after. We're after that nice, see how it's just holding. Yeah, just holding. So that's soft peak. Is that all right?
Yep, that's good.
Yep, it's good.
So I've melted the chocolate, and a good way to check, chocolate past sort of 45 degrees burns, OK? So to check it, if you haven't got a thermometer, is just the bottom of the lip, OK? It should be at blood temperature, right? And that's perfect for me.
And why did you put it on your lip?
For me, that's sort of the
probably the most sensitive
part there.
Your elbow? But
well, yeah, we're not going to dip our elbows in. So to that, I emulsify 200 mils of olive oil, to the chocolate, OK?
And that's giving it a lovely shine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful shine.
So as I pour in, you're going to whisk it, OK? All right.
And you've got to whisk consistently, even speed, nice and fast, yeah? Go. Try and go round in a specific direction, yeah, that's it. Lovely. That looks lovely. Absolutely gorgeous.
So I at least get to taste my whisking efforts.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good.
We make this to order, yeah? When I mean we make it to order, the docket comes in, the guys have little batches and make it to order. This never sees the fridge, OK? All right, what happens to olive oil when it goes into a fridge? It solidifies, yeah, it sets. So you don't want a grainy mousse, OK? Really important.
Coming up, how to make eggy bread.
Eggy bread. Let's pop the gas on low on here, and then 2 eggs in the bowl. Now, look, a real French toast would have milk or cream, cinnamon, but you don't have to. I think what we'll use here in the flavouring, because you had this in your magic box, is we'll use this. So, lemon zest, 1, 2, turn, 1, 2, turn, 1, 2, turn. 1, 2, turn, 1, 2, turn, 1, 2, turn. And then just give that a whisk and we'll put a touch of water in. All right, just to extend it a wee bit. And sugar. Can't forget the sugar. Put in another one. All right, give it a whisk. And then what I want you to do is I want you to taste that. Finger or spoon, choice is yours. You don't want to eat raw egg?
Not a huge fan of raw egg.
Yeah, but do it. You know, I remember when I was an apprentice and we made chicken mousse, you got to eat raw chicken. Oh, God, I might die of food poisoning. But, hey, if you can die of food poisoning, you shouldn't be making it in the first place. Does it taste sweet?
Yeah. Sweet.
Tastes nice?
You can taste the lemons.
You can taste from a raw product the cooked product. So soak the bread in, but try not to deform it too much. Don't squeeze it like crazy. But what you really want to feel is you want to feel that that bread has soaked up every little ounce of the egg.
It's like a little sponge, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
Quite spongy.
Yeah.
All right, let's pop that in there. But carry the bowl to the thing. Make sure you turn it one more time before you pop it in the... Turn it one more time in the egg. That's it. And then give it a second to drain. All right. OK, then pop it in. All right. Now, we don't want that to be too hot. It's control of temperature, and we need to make sure that that's cooked really evenly through. So it looks nice, doesn't it? It smells nice.
Yeah, beautiful. OK, and this is just absolutely beautiful when you take butter into that state of a green beurre noisette, you know. Alrighty. That goes on the plate. A little bit of salt.
Oh, here you are. You can do the salt.
Yeah. The salt just brings out the chocolate, yeah? It really accentuates it, takes it to another level.
Remember, there was olive oil in the mousse, so we want to accentuate that as well.
Pamperdou or French toast, olive oil chocolate mousse, and a little bit of sea salt.
Two very simple elements, yeah? Want to try?
Yes. Oh, look at the butter oozing out. That's sexy.
Is that not bad? Bit sweeter? No, bring it back.
Oh, that's good.
So, guys, just to recap, tips on making the olive oil chocolate mousse. Make sure the bowl's clean. Use good quality chocolate. Make sure your cream is whisked to a peak stage, OK? And don't put it in the fridge. Make it, serve it, eat it. Delicious.
So the pamperdou, or the eggy bread, the French toast, remember, if you can, use a soft bread. A brioche is beautiful. And it's really just in the control of the temperature in cooking, nice and slow, so it's golden brown. But more than that, it's about soaking that bread in a lovely tasting egg mixture. And you might be put off by the fact that it's a raw egg, you know, they're horrible. But it's your responsibility as a chef to taste through every point of control, every point of the process, so that you understand how it's going to taste on the plate.
So tell me, do you all want to taste it? Yes! Right, so let's get all our food and let's have some dinner together, yeah?
Next time on MasterChef.
Week 2, here we come, yeah?
Yeah, let's go for it.
The pressure reaches breaking point for some.
Nick's got something to tell us.
As our chefs face 2 challenges.
It's business time.
First, the mystery box.
How am I supposed to work with this?
And then, the invention test.
And really, to win this challenge, you need to think outside the box.
It's quite difficult.
Flavour's good, it's gutsy, it's ballsy.
And for the bottom 3, the threat of elimination follows.
If you don't perform, you're out. So as simple as that.